To run an experiment in MicroResp, one or more microplate readers must be powered on and connected to your PC. If you need help setting up the hardware, please watch the relevant tutorial video here on our YouTube channel or on our website, or read the quick guide. For demonstration purposes, we will be running in demo mode, so the data you see here is virtual data, and we will be running a setup with 2 microplate readers. Once everything is ready, enter the experiment menu. The first tab you meet is the Values tab. This is where you see the data values for each well, and the default setting is showing the oxygen values. Keep in mind that we have not calibrated the oxygen sensors yet, which is why we see the no calibration message. Each well also has a treatment indicator and its well number shown up here. If you need to change the data values to either the phase or the amplitude value, select it from the drop-down menu. Currently, the sampling rate is set to fastest, meaning you get a sensor reading around every 3 seconds. If you need to change the sampling rate, go to the settings menu and change it here. If you have multiple readers connected, you can choose each one of them from the device drop-down menu here. Moving on to the Graph tab, each well is now represented as a data graph showing time here, and then either the oxygen level, phase value, or amplitude value. Click on each graph to view it in a larger window, and up here you can export the graph data as an image or as an Excel file. You can also change the axis scale here and apply these settings to the rest of the wells. The view list now includes a graph showing data from all wells. If you apply a treatment, as we will see in a second, each data track over here in the legend panel will change to their treatment color, and you can show and hide each data track. Applying a treatment or label to each well is a good way to organize your wells. Clicking on a well shows that the default treatments or labels are not set, blank, treatment 1, and treatment 2. If you want to change these options, head over to the Settings tab. In the Treatment section, you can select a treatment from the list and then change its name or its color. If you disable it, the treatment will have a red indicator in the list and will not show as an option in the Treatments tab. Clicking the little plus icon will add a new treatment to the list, and each of the custom treatments can be deleted here. A quick note about the blank treatment. The blank treatment cannot be deleted, and any wells with this treatment is considered a blank or control well, typically a well containing no sample organism. Once we get to analyze a data file, you can choose to subtract MO2 readings from blank wells from the other wells with organisms, and so any wells with the blank treatment will be included in the blank dataset. And at the very top here, you can enter the number of blanks that MicroResp should include if you choose to randomly assign a treatment to your wells back in the Treatments tab. The treatment name is shown here and its color displayed here, which is the same label shown in the Graph and Values tab. And if you want to start from scratch, reset all treatments here. Going back to the Settings tab, there are a few more options to go through. In the General section, the data you enter here applies to all wells for your selected reader. And if we want the same value to apply for all connected readers, click this Copy to All Devices button here. So, before you start data logging, you should make sure you have the correct values entered. Changing the oxygen unit here changes the unit displayed under the Graph and Values tab, and the lower alarm will highlight a well in red in the Values tab if the measured oxygen level drops below the entered value. The Organisms per well section allows you to specify the number of organisms added to each well. If Set Individual is disabled, the number entered up here is automatically applied to each well that is not assigned a blank treatment, as illustrated down here. Enabling the Set Individual allows you to enter the number for each well in this plate schematic. Finally, the Is Air Breather option up here should only be enabled if you are measuring in gas or air. So, for example, if you're working with terrestrial insects or other non-aquatic organisms. Enabling this option will change the algorithms that calculates the MO2 values, and it will show a humidity field where you should enter the humidity in the wells, for example, 100% relative humidity. The last section is the calibration section, but we will talk about how to perform an oxygen sensor spot calibration in a separate video. You can find the video here on our YouTube channel or directly on our website. Once you have applied your treatments, adjusted the settings, and performed a sensor spot calibration for each of your connected readers, hit the Start Log button up here and choose where to save the log file. Remember that you must start logging separately for each of your connected readers in the list. And while data logging is running, the Treatments and Settings tab will be grayed out and inaccessible, so head over to either the Values or Graph tab to monitor your data. Once your experiment is over, click Stop Logging for each of your connected readers. The saved log files are now ready to be analyzed in the Analysis menu. And that's it on how to run an experiment in MicroResp. If you have any questions about how to run an experiment in MicroResp or about other aspects of the software, you are welcome to contact us on our website.